Hi, this is Kalyan Karmakar and welcome to Foodocracy for Her. Foodocracy for Her is my series where I speak to women entrepreneurs in the world of food and there's some fabulous work which is happening. And the year 2020, as I keep saying, was the year of the home chefs. So that's the year when the pandemic hit us. And then we had, people coming up from across the country as home chefs and doing wonderful work by sort of making the food from their homes available to all of us, the sort of food which we would not have access to otherwise. And today I'm going to speak to Mahrukh Mogrelia. So very welcome to the show, Mahrukh. And she has been, to me, one of the stars of the home chef movement in Mumbai, which is where I stay. Mahrukh is Parsi, and I am married to a Parsi. I'm Bengali, married to a Parsi. But, us being a two-member household, my wife not being too much into cooking, we don't cook Parsi food at all, like not even little. So when I started seeing her menu from the lockdown and all the sort of dishes which my wife Kenaz likes, then I thought, let me order. Then next week there was some more dishes which she liked, so I ordered. So there was a curry, there was a masurma gosh, there was a tatreli prawn, there was the sort of papeta paridu, and then at one point I didn't know what to do because 4 5 successive Sundays the menu was so interesting that I kept ordering. Not that I had any problems. And then I even said that the finely chopped table, our little bistro table on which we have a dinner table, we should call it Mahrukh's table. So welcome, Mahrukh. So lovely to have you joining us.
So nice. Thank you. Pleasure is all.
And now,
Thank you
Mahrukh,
so
before we start talking about food, please tell us something about what you're wearing, because what you're wearing is a very Parsi embroidery, right?
It is very much Parsi embroidery. It is a gara type of embroidery, or not Chinese embroidery. Normally, we wear saris of this embroidery, where the
Yes.
Chinese motifs are there. Right now, the motifs are of all the what you say birds. I love birds, and flowers are there, and the flowers are also of the chrysanthemums. Those are again the Chinese motifs. So I think it is like from what you can say all the saris also which we are having is from our granny's time. It's a heirloom thing. But
So,
nowadays we are lucky to get all these kurtis and everything in our Chinese embroidery thing. So I love to wear those whenever
so, the,
I'm being interviewed or so.
so the gara is a very famous thing, right, for Parsi weddings and so on.
Yes,
Will you tell
yes.
us a bit about the gara?
The gara is again coming from the Chinese. It's a Chinese embroidery. It has the Chinese embroidery only, but the Parsis, with their love for the bright colors and the roses, again the embroidery has been what to say. We have what copied those embroideries with the flowers and everything. But normally the garas will have all the Chinese motifs. They will have whether some butterfly garas are also there. The fish gara is there. Parsis consider fish very auspicious.
Yes, like
So, yeah. So even
like
the
the
fish
Bengalis.
garas, but then normally all the garas are with it has the motifs of the flowers, leaves, like that way. And
And,
it is
and it's all
considered
and it's all
sorry.
hand woven, right?
And all hand woven. Nowadays, it is machine made is also available, but hand woven is definitely has its own beauty.
Like I know very recently my mother-in-law has converted one of her Parsi saris, I think, and got it
Yeah.
stitched into a dress for my wife, Kenna. So with
Mhm.
these sort of
Yeah.
designs. So it's lovely to have you on board, and we're going to speak to you about your life, your life as an entrepreneur, but also try to get to know a bit more about Parsi food and culture, and also about your hometown. In fact, you told me that you just come back from your
Yes.
hometown. So you've
Yes.
been a Bombay girl for what? Ever since marriage. So
Ever since marriage, say from 91, I have been in Bombay.
yeah.
For a few years, I was in Madras. For the few years, I was shifted there. But again, I am back to Bombay, and my mother-in-law was having a beauty parlor business. So right from the marriage, I was into beauty line.
So you were
And
running that.
ultimately, kitchen was the area where I love to be there. Any whenever, whatever, however I am busy, I always used to cook. I never remember a day where I have not cooked.
And this is after marriage, or even when you were growing up, were
Even
you?
growing up, when I was growing up, it is like in a very big family. So definitely the cooking is the main thing. The kitchen is the main area. And my mother, she's excellent cook. So
Hmm.
I definitely, when after school we rushed to the kitchen, and I was so much interested. Now I know I was so much interested. The kitchen was the only place where I was like very happy. You can.
So I must say that Mahrukh is very fond of our kitchens, baby loaf, and now Nimki. So Nimki loves to be in the kitchen. He's always in the kitchen watching what is happening, cutting, chopping, cooking,
Yes.
watching. He will keep watching what is happening in the kitchen. So tell me, where did you grow up? Which was your hometown?
My hometown is in Navsari.
Ah,
Navsari, it is near Surat.
yes,
Yes.
Surat.
Yeah.
So
I
there,
grew up
there are some
there.
people who once told me that you get some of the best Parsi food in Navsari. Do you
See,
agree with that?
our side of food, the South Gujarat food, where like Navsari, where I grew up, our food is very completely different. I found out from when I came to Bombay and when I saw many people cooking like when we attended the parties or we attended the means we went to the restaurant. The Parsi food is very different. I like to my knowledge you can say, but because in our hometown and this side of the South Gujarat, we cook with lot of natural, fresh ingredients. We don't have masalas. We don't keep any paste. It is just like putting. Sometimes we don't even put like for a mutton. They say ginger garlic paste
Yes,
is
yes.
important. No, no. For us, sometimes we just skip it. It differs. Now, see, this Sunday I'm making papri ma gosh. It is only having the seasoning of ajwain, and again the ajwain seeds are also used, plus the leaves are also used. Many people don't know in the papri you put the ajwain leaves. Again, the taste will come from that.
Wow.
So all that makes the taste also varies. It varies and it is very different.
And I must tell people from North India that papri is not the papri of the papri chaat, but it's a sort of a flat bean which you get in Gujarat during winter. So it also goes into the undiu, and
Yes.
it's very sought after.
Yes, but
Yes.
with the undiu papri again, that papri differs. That is a very small papri. That is
Mhm.
a very small flat bean. It is very small. I wish I
Yes.
could show you. And mine will be the valor thing. It is very tender. I got it especially from Navsari. That is why I kept it on Sunday because
You
where what you say the small village where I got it from. It is very next to my Navsari. They are specially there. This type of greens are grown, so I got it from there. So it is very nice, very tender, very fresh.
Now, what I find really interesting in the Parsi food thing is that the character of Parsi food is there's so many influences in it. So the Parsis originally came to India from Iran. I lived in Iran in 78, 79, and the food in Iran is very different from Parsi food. So so
Definitely.
the Parsis and later the Iranis, they came to India via Gujarat, landed
Yes,
in Udwara, Surat, Navsari, and then your example is an example of the migration that many of them came to Mumbai via Gujarat or Pune. They went
yeah,
abroad. So the Parsi food today is obviously very different from what you get in Iran. Now,
right.
when you grew up in Navsari, obviously you must have had a lot of friends who are non-Parsis and Gujaratis and so on. So, what
Yes.
do you think are the influences from their food as well as what was available locally, which came into the Parsi food?
So for me, the main influence is like we mixed meats, the non-vegetarian like meat, fish with whatever is available. Seasonal, whether it is seasonal vegetables or even the lentils. How the dansha came. Then lentils were never cooked in, Iran. If you go to
Really?
see, they had only one specific lentil which was cooked in the sapu bhaji, and that's the only thing. But we made dansa, we made the bola dhandar. This
Hmm.
is all Gujarati influence. And definitely then we must have added the spices, we must have added the meats, and we come to one point, this tastes good with the mutton, the dal tastes good with the mutton. the curry, well, coconut curries were never there in Iran.
Iran,
Coconut
yes.
tea, yeah, are only on the western coast, and because of the influence of the Gujarati cook, we could get the curry. And then definitely in the curries, the prawns came, the fish came, and nowadays we are cooking the curries with the chicken. And this generation likes everything with the chicken. So even the dhanchak is now with the chicken.
Yes. And then even the use of chili peppers and mirchi, because the
Mhm.
food in Iran is definitely not so tikha or,
Yeah.
like, say, your sort of Parsi food is from Navsari.
Yeah, our food, like, definitely the my Navsari type of food or the South Gujarat food is a little bit spicy, you can say, and little oily also. But or from the oil point we can control. But I'm so used to putting spices and chilies. So our food, you cannot say it is that sweet, or you cannot say it is mild also. It's quite spicy,
So
but
tell
not
me, where
too spicy also.
I find it spicy, but I must tell everyone who's watching that my ability to handle chili heat levels is not very high. So I love a food. I perspire sometimes. But Maruk, I've noticed that over I've been like having a food for 3 4 months, if not more. I feel that off late the chili levels maybe you're bringing down a bit, or in some dishes are a bit.
I'm not bringing it down. It is differs from dish to dish. Now,
Okay,
when you had the chili, you are telling me
the
about the
prawn
chili for the prawns. The
that is
prawns will be the same. The prawns will be the same. The crabs will be the same. Spice. Even the fish will be the same. Unless a client tells me, "Okay, Maruk, make it less spice," which is
yes.
not at all. Only one or two will tell me. Otherwise, everybody are very comfortable
Yeah,
with.
like Kenas
But
loves it. My mom-in-law loves that spice level.
yeah. But then now, if you go to see the meat which are cooked into seasonal vegetables, they are not spicy. They
Or
have
even
their
the
own.
kaju mutton. That was
It
that.
is not spicy.
In fact, the kaju mutton, the flavor,
Yeah,
the flavor reminded me a bit of a kaju katli, not as a sweet, but because of the
right.
lovely quality of cashews which you used.
Yeah. And it is smooth. It is not that spicy. It has its
No,
own flavor. So I do like the spice. If we have to cook with the anything seasonal or anything like that way in kaju, it won't be. We cannot add the chilies. The chili part
mm.
will be less, definitely. The
So
spice will come from other spices like the pepper powder or some garam masala like that.
so then after you moved to Mumbai
Yeah.
and then Madras a bit and all that, and you were exposed to the Parsi food here.
Yes.
How did you react to it? I remember once your family you'd taken to a restaurant here, your family from back home, and they said, "What is that?"
Back home, my father is into very much into Parsi thing only. He will only appreciate the food, like he will say he has a very good food when the food is of Parsi type of thing. So there was a celebration in the family. I took my family to one restaurant, and my God, everybody just gave me so, you can say, dirty looks. It was so bad. It was, see, it was, the food was not bad. We have not adopted to that type of taste.
Yes,
You can say
yes.
we cannot have our dals which are sweet. We called from palau dal. Again, the palau was sweet. Again, the dal was sweet. So it was a little quite. We were like taken back.
Yes.
It's like that.
So you said that after you came to Mumbai and after you got married, then for a long time you're looking after the beauty parlor, right?
Yes, for quite a long time, I was working in the beauty parlor. I was what to say, running the beauty parlor, and I think 4 years back we just shut the shop. But even before that, I was very much into my, what to say, my cooking thing, and I was all my winter treats like basanu, rabri, soot pak, gajar, and gajar mevanu achar, and all the murabbas and everything. I used to make and sell because I don't know why I used to do that, but I feel great joy in it. So I
So
used to do it. And even in while running the parlor, I was contacted by one of the companies, which is now they are no longer here, by American company. they were hosting. They took out this, what to say, they started this trend of home dining. So they came to me for the Parsi thing. And
Wow.
first, I was very apprehensive. How can we have strangers in the on our
Yes,
table
yes,
eating our
yes.
food? But then even my family encouraged me, and I wanted to see, because after all, it was to do with cooking, which made me happy.
So
So I
tell us
wanted.
about that experience. How was it? Because at
It
that time
was
it was very
lovely.
new, and for you it was the first time.
It lasted till the lockdown. Again, I'm very sure it will pick up again.
No, tell me about the
Again,
first time. The first time when you did a pop up. How was that experience? It was completely
well,
new for you.
what I think, the first my experience were with, I was hosting it for the international travelers.
So
They
how was
used to
that?
come. Yeah, it was lovely. But let me tell you first, when first my clients were from America, and they were celebrating. The other partner was celebrating the birthday, and so they told me that they were having a birthday. So I made an arrangement according to our Parsi thing. So they
Yes.
you could see our culture also, and they were so much happy. Believe me, Kalyan, when they met, I was little bit, yeah, yes, sir, this, sir. It was like that. But then within say 10 minutes of serving them the save and the and everything, we just gel. The food just melted all the boundaries in it. It
Wow.
was
How
so good.
wonderful.
It was
How
so good.
wonderful. You
And
know,
I
I
had such an amazing experience with all my clients, all my international which I hosted, my clients. I think till date I'm getting the New Year's greeting, I'm getting the birthday greetings. So I'm very sure even they are very happy about it, and I am also equally. We made good friends.
how wonderful, no, in a time like the lockdown and the pandemic, where we have had to say socially distance, like you and I have
Yes,
got to know each other, but because of
yes,
circumstances,
definitely.
we've not
Yes,
met in person. But all the friends you've made, then they are in touch with you, and all through food. And
yes. Oh,
and imagine like this, she was just talking about dahi and shev. You want to tell a bit about that? That Parsi birthdays and dahi and shev. What is the significance?
very,
What is it?
yeah, it is like it has to be. It is a very integral part of our any celebration. It has to be there. The dahi and sev. Again, if you go to see, the sev is a very influence from the
Say sevia,
Iranian influence.
sevia,
Yeah,
semaya.
it is a very Iranian influence, and definitely we make it also like that way only, with lots of nuts and cardamoms and essence and everything. And again, see, the dahi is again an Indian influence.
Is it mitha dahi or
This is
khatta?
the mitha dahi. We make mitha dahi. It,
So the Bengali style, mishti dahi.
so it is, yeah, it is mishti dahi, definitely. So again, we have this Iranian influence into it. So definitely, any celebration will be with the save and dahi will be there.
So how do you eat it? How do you, in the same spoonful, you'll put sev and dahi together, or one bite and then other bite?
Normally, when I serve it, it is always in the small. You know how you have the mishti dough in the small
Yes, yes,
container.
yes, yes, yes.
I have those small clay pots where we serve it. So anybody can take it individually and do it. Otherwise, along with the same, we keep it on the side and we take it. So, and in my hometown, whenever anybody's birthday or anything, the first thing was the save. Mummy used to cook the save, and in a beautiful tray, we used to keep that in a platter. It was surrounded with bananas.
Oh,
Then one mithai, the penda will be there. The curd will be there. The boiled egg will be there. It is
oh,
yeah, and then we close it with a banana leaf. It is enclosed with a banana leaf, and on the top of a nice embroidery, or what to say, tablecloth or a small cloth will be kept, and we used to serve it to all our neighbors. Every individual
wow.
neighbor used to send. So
So
save that.
you, so boiled egg and mitha dahi and sev, which is semia. What a
The
lovely
plate,
combination.
in the middle will be the save. It is bordered with bananas, banana. On the top, in the middle, there will be a big one mithai, penda, which will fall from the milk. milk and sugar which we make. The
So is it like a
penda will
pera?
be
The penda is like a pera?
yeah, peda. And then a boiled egg also will be kept, because again the egg we consider it very auspicious, so the boiled egg will be kept, and lots of nuts, and this the whole platter will go to all the neighbors, because as we lived in the mohalla
Achha,
street,
achha.
yeah, so every neighbor will get this one plate on the we are celebrating on New Year.
Starting again. Okay, guys, in case you're hearing a bit of noise in the background, that's traffic noise and ambulance noise and all of that. But your words, Mahrukh, are taking us to another world. So I must say that my wife's mom's side of the family is from Surat. So my mother-in-law, Mama, Masi, they've all
Okay,
born in Surat.
I
So Navsari comes before Surat on the way
yeah.
from Mumbai. I think a couple of years back, I had the opportunity of going to Surat with my in-laws and Kenas. And a lovely experience. And you're talking about eggs being an auspicious thing. So I remember when we got married, we didn't do anything ritualistic. So it was a legal thing. But when we came back from the court to the house, I remember my mom-in-law taking eggs and then breaking it on the wall outside the door, like a
Yeah.
nazar utarna. Like I
Huh.
remember in Bengal, I don't know if all Hindus do it, but in Bengal, they used to put gobar, like cow dung, outside the
Okay,
house when there's an auspicious thing outside the door.
okay,
So,
I
so,
see.
and I was like, oh
Yeah.
God, she's making an omelette.
Kalyan, do you, Kalyan, do you realize that in all these things nowadays people are doing all the spiritual things, all the pranic healings are being done. They also do it, like this way. If you go to see, in pranic healing they teach. I'm just seeing everything on the YouTube. So I believe it's something definitely must be all these rituals must definitely be linked with some scientific thing or some
No, there
spiritual.
is, there is, there is. So, for example, like, cow dung and all of that are,
Yeah.
natural sort of anti-mosquitoes and disinfectants.
Of course, of course.
And I
Even the
love these.
chalk,
Yeah, the
even
chalk.
the
Yes.
rangolis which we put, it is
Yeah.
again adopted from the Gujarati culture. Huh? But the rangoli, if you go to see, it keeps the ants away. It is, yeah. So that is why we put the chalk.
This
It
chalk
is
has
made,
calcium
yeah,
carbide. Calcium
carbide,
carbide.
and it keeps any insects or any what to say ants or anything away. So everything has to be something somewhere scientifically. Everything is linked. All the rituals also.
Mahrukh, I have a chalk story of my own, but before that, for our non-Parsis, will you just tell people a bit about what is chalk and how you guys make the patterns, and then I'll tell you my story.
If you want, I can show it to you. Also, the chalk. It's just behind me from my. I just
Okay,
get it from the kitchen,
yeah, yeah,
and
why not?
so I got this chalk.
Yes, yes.
So when we are talking about the chalk rangoli, we have this type of boxes. See these boxes. Again, our motives are as we consider whatever is auspicious, anything. So we consider fish very auspicious. So normally with the Parsis, you will see the fish, the flowers, everything, and we put the chalk into this. This is a small version. This is a
Ah,
small version. So we put this chalk into it, this type of chalk into it, and then we just put it on the wet floor. So, and you can do the design accordingly, however you want. So, and all the chalks differ from time to time and day to day, like on what to
one
say.
there's a daily, like every day you put chalk, right?
Every day we clean our foyers and we do the chalk thing, and definitely there is a welcome chalk for the welcoming of our guests. If the guests are there coming, we put the welcome thing, we put a shoe, what to say, the horseshoe is there with the good luck. All these different chalks are there, and any person, I am so fond of it. Whenever I used to go to a market, I definitely will buy one and come. But now I have like consciously made an effort. Okay, now I'm not going to buy it because my whole team is full of chalks with me, chalk what to say boxes with me. So now I'm not buying. But
So,
definitely I love to see any new design have come up in the market. Now I appreciate. Just looking at.
So guys, the best way to identify a Parsi house anywhere is outside the door. If you see these designs made with chalk, and I must tell you a chalk story from my wedding, and another sort of similarity between the Parsis and this thing. Mahrukh, during a wedding, you guys give the Mawanu boy, right, to the
Yes, we
other
have.
party. So what is
Yes.
Mawanu boy?
Mawani boy is again the evaporated milk mixed with
Mawa.
sugar, and the shape is of the, or as I tell you, any auspicious thing, the fish has to be there. So it is kept in a fish shape. It is made into a fish shape. That's all.
So boy is also the name of a fish. It's a river fish.
It's a mullet. It's a mullet. It's a
It's a
river mullet.
mullet or a mullet. And in Bengal, we call it Parsi. So in
Okay.
Bengal, we like the slightly smaller ones. I think the Parsis enjoy the bigger ones, as fries and so on. So my wife, Kainaz, early on when she saw it, she got very excited that we also have boy, and we call it Parsi. Like
Okay.
Parsi, but not a comment, it's a coincidence, nothing else. So just as you give the sweet dish during weddings, Mawanu
Yeah.
boy. So in
Yeah.
Bengal, when a marriage happens, then each party gives an actual fish, like a big rohu or a katla fish,
Okay.
to the other party, and like a big one, gleaming one, and all of that.
Okay.
And on that they'll put sindoor and stuff. And then
Achoo.
you cut it and you make fries and curries, put it in dal. And here's my chalk story. So when we got married, we took up an apartment in Khar just before that. Kenaz was, of course, staying with my in-laws still, and then and I was by myself. So and like I said, it was a court wedding in the court near Asiatic Library in town. So my mom-in-law, the previous day or that week, sent some chalk boxes and chalk for me, and she told me that on the day of the wedding, just put it outside. So,
Okay.
so the day of the wedding, there was this lady called Rani who used to come and clean up the house. So in the morning, I put on my clothes and all that. Then Rani came and she sort of mopped the floor, very tiny apartment in car. Then I took the chalk boxes and me Bengali sitting and making these things. And I waited for my aunt, my Masi, who was Mausa, who used to live there in Mumbai. So they came and they picked me up in their Maruti 800 long time back. Then we went driving to town. So every time I see chalk, it reminds me of that. So tell me, what made you get into the food business when you're running a parlor? And you said that you started by doing a lot of the Parsi winter treats like the vasanu, which
I,
many call a
even,
chawan prash. And
even as I told you, okay, even while I was doing my parlor thing, I was always cooking. It was never, though I was like out from my house by 10 o'clock, from 10 to 7, my parlor was there. I was there. 7 o'clock, whenever I used to come and cook. Even my mom-in-law used to tell me, why you need to cook when we were having a person to cook. But then
yeah,
definitely I will make something, because I don't know, it relaxes me.
yes.
Even for my kids, as they used to go to school, I used to pack their lunches. I love to do that. I love to do that.
Do your kids like Parsi food, or do they like
They love it.
modern? Huh?
They love it. Yes, my kids like
They
it. But
always did, or
definitely,
after growing up, they're liking
uh,
it more?
on our table, and we cook everything. All we have Indian, Chinese. We make what to say, Maharashtrian, Malwani food. Also, I make
Yes.
Chinese food. We make continental food. So it's not only the Parsi thing. Definitely, the Parsi lunch is the Parsi thing only. It is always the ras chawal and the curry chawal. Yeah, yeah. But the night dinners, we definitely have some noodles, and many times we have all this.
So Mahrukh then got into the home chef, home catering sort of business. I think after the lockdown, on a regular basis, where every
Lockdown,
weekend or what?
lockdown made me do this menu thing.
Hmm,
Otherwise, I was all the time catering to the party orders. I
yeah.
was taking, yeah, I was taking party orders all the time. Even on my home dining, then I was doing. So I was, and the home dining was with the companies, but with the several companies. I never used to do all by myself.
So they
But
would do the marketing. and then get to the people.
No, company means they used to send us, hey Mahrukh, you will be getting 10 people, you
That's
will
what I'm
get
saying.
15 people.
That's what I mean. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And they used to come to my house to experience the our what to say the home way homely food, like experience how we live, see our culture, see our homes, and they like it. So that was, but the lockdown, I was little first apprehensive when the lockdown started. Uh, in the beginning of the lockdown, we were so scared whether first thing we will get the food or not. We will get the
Yes.
vegetables, we will get the fresh meats or not, because otherwise as it is, I am very finicky about storing my food in a freeze. I cannot
Hmm.
store my meats, and I don't like, so I was a little apprehensive of starting in the beginning, but then slowly as we settled with the lockdown also, I just kept my menu. I decided, let me start with my menu, and let me see, and the response was so great till
What
date.
made you start? What made you start? Why did you decide to do this?
Because everybody were going on asking me every single day. I was getting a call, Mahrukh, can you make one fish for me? Can you fry prawns for us? Can you give us this? Can you give us that? So then I thought, okay, why not start and let me see, just let me put my menu, how I want it, and let me showcase my I'm really very eager to people to know about our cuisine, the main, the other small simple homely home food, not the too much of party type of food which we call that sali boti and all
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I'm very keen. So I kept those simple menus, and the response was very good. First, I kept it twice in a week, but then I was getting very tired doing it because I do everything all by myself.
Yeah, and during the lockdown, there was no house help. You couldn't
Yeah,
get
no,
people in and all that.
so, and as it is, Kalyan, I am very much into doing everything all by myself also.
Hmm.
Even the
And
help which
Parsi
I
cooking is a lot of work.
lot of work means I make all the masalas all by myself.
Hmm.
All the what to say, the fresh masalas, the green masala, the fish masala which I make is all by myself. So that takes everything. Even some dry masalas nowadays, my sister is making in Navsari. So I'm
Hmm.
directly getting it from her. Now she is into retailing the masalas, which are the heirloom masalas.
Oh
They
wow!
have, yeah. So
So can
right
we buy
now,
those from you? Can people buy them
now
through
I'm
you?
buying from her, and even I will be putting her masala on my
I'm sure a
handles.
lot of people would like to try it.
It is very, their masalas are very good. Again, it is with all the different spices. Like the curry masala will have so many spices besides those coriander seeds and the jeera, the cumins. So now I have seen and I like her masala. So now I'm buying those masalas. So less work for me. Even her sambar and even her dansak masala is very good,
She's
very
your
nice.
own sister, own sister.
Yeah, yeah, she
So
is my
trained by mummy, trained by mummy.
younger sister. Yes. So she is also doing it. They are into pharmaceuticals, but even for her, this is her now. She's doing it because people are appreciating it. People are buying it. So even I only told her, why don't you do it? You just put it across, and it's very good. And
And do
her
you
masala,
find, sorry, do you find non-Parsis ordering? Because, like, for example, I am married to
of
a Parsi,
course,
so that's why I ordered this.
in fact, no. Let me tell you, non-Parsis are very much interested, and they are so. These foodies, I tell you, they are foodies. They are
Who?
just keep. They are foodies.
No, no,
They
who?
all these non-Parsis,
Yes.
non this
Parsis are foodies, non-Parsis are foodies. Everyone is a
non-Parsis are
foodie.
also foodies. They like to experiment. I feel. I was. That is what I'm telling you, Priyanka. I was quite taken back when I kept some like when I kept those jinga in porama jinga in pumpkin. We cook the prawns in pumpkin and have it with the khichdi. Who will have it? First, when I kept it, everybody in my even my kids were telling, "Mommy, nobody will buy this." Believe me, I was short of prawns. I just said no to people.
So, I must tell you that we Bengalis and probably Odias, Assamese, Biharis, we also cook kaddu, like pumpkin with
Okay.
small prawn. We also put it
Yes.
in lauki. We put it in
Yes.
spinach. So if when Parsis don't marry Parsis, then the best strategy is to marry Bengalis because there's such similarity in their food. No, and you were talking of response. So like folks, I mean, we didn't know each other before that, and the
Yes.
first time I tried her food, like a lot of my friends recommended, but this thing. But after that, I mean, I enjoyed it. But
Yes.
honestly, I mean, seeing my wife across the table smile as she had that, and those
Yeah.
childhood memories which it evoked, and I knew that we've been married for 2001. So yeah, we're going to be 20 years this year. So we've not
Okay.
had this sort of food at home, and we've had a fair bit of Bengali food. So
Right.
for me, it was like makeup, like making up time with all your food, and like week after week we were ordering. And what struck me out the food was like, for example, when you do a mutton cutlets, there are no potatoes in it. It's just about the meat.
No.
Or when you're having the chicken curry rice, which Kenas grew up
Right.
having every Sunday at home,
All
the
this
taste of
mutton
the chicken was so flavor, so
yeah.
fresh. Nowadays there's no taste in chicken. Or like when we had the tatreli prawn, your prawns
Yeah.
tossed in masala, it's so juicy. And then recently when we had your patrani machi as well as the pomfret fry, again such meaty fish and such good quality fish. So
Right.
how do you get such good quality ingredients? Do you spend a lot of effort on that?
Yes, Kalyan, that is my main, you can say, a trump card. Yeah, I just cannot
Biden
buy
card. Now we say
any
Biden card. Biden card, not Trump card.
it is like I just cannot buy anything which is even 1 day older. In right now, I went to my hometown. I was very keen to get all the swan and the lobsters. Even I wanted to buy those goldfish, which is available. But when I went there, the quality was so now it was substandard. It was a second standard. I just said no, I don't want. Even though I went all the way there, I didn't buy it. Like I cannot. I don't like it only. And the second other thing, whenever any what to say fish or non-veg, like even the chicken or mutton come, I see to it I clean it very nicely. I always clean it with salt and turmeric, whether it is fish, whether it is chicken, or whether it is mutton. I do
And
it
how
that way.
and how do you ensure consistency and at such large numbers? Because see, when you're cooking for customers, and if
Yeah.
they've liked something, the next time also they'd expect the same. At home,
Yes.
it's okay. You can give her the husband, son, daughter,
Yeah,
anything. So how do you ensure that?
yeah, of course it will come because we are having the same masalas, na? And
Hmm.
then it comes to you. It comes. It is very. I don't know, but it will.
Okay,
It comes.
I want to ask you a question which is very relevant from a business point of view because nowadays a lot of people are looking at food as a business or home chef as a business. Now, if I take the Parsi community, from what I understand, um, since not all Parsis cook at home, I mean, there is the concept of Parsi caterers who do dabbas,
Yes.
or there are people outside the community halls or the temples who sell cutlet pav, or in the bags in the Parsi,
Yes.
the bags
The
where the
the
canteen,
tiffins are there.
yeah, the tiffins. So now that food is at a very different price level, and that is the food which people have every day, the Parsis, and it has to be a certain moderate price. Now, when you're doing the sort of food which you do, and a lot of other home chefs, I mean, there's a difference in pricing and the portion and the quality. So, how do you go ahead making sure that people feel that is justified, or do you look at a different market? Like there's the Parsi ordering day-to-day food, but is your food a different market?
See, Kalyan, there is definitely pricing. If you go to see the way I do it, first thing, we home chefs, we have got very limited. We don't stock our things. Definitely,
Yes,
we
yes,
buy whatever. Like even now, we bought there in the lockdown. We bought the onions for 100 rupees also. We bought the onions when it came to 50 rupees also. So
yes.
our pricing is definitely according to the market, and plus when you see those available in the what to say on by sides of the by lane, the cutlet and everything, their quality will also differ, no? When you get a cutlet of 30 rupees and when you get a cutlet of 90 rupees, definitely there is a difference. My,
So you see that there is a market for what you're doing as well.
and there is, let me tell you, there is a market for everything. Even for 10 rupees, there is a market. There is a 50 rupee also, there is a market. Now my client knows what type of food I give.
Yes,
And
yes.
so I have got that type of, people. And by God's grace, you can say, I'm sending food till Thane. People are calling me from the eastern side of and even I don't know, they are saying whether you will deliver. Let me ask my delivery person whether they will send it,
Loaf, come here.
bring
No,
it
baby loaf
along.
is there.
Wow.
Sorry, go ahead, yes.
So it is like that. So market is definitely there for everything.
Yes.
But I see to it, okay, I cater to my best ability. My main thing is just giving them the best, fresh, with fresh ingredients and good food,
Okay,
good
since
quality.
Mahrukh has been such a well-wisher of baby loaf right from the beginning, I'm going to try to.
Where is he?
Where is he? There he is, baby loaf. Baby loaf. So Mahrukh has been very kind and given us a lot of advice on baby loaf right from the beginning, and of course now Nimki. And Nimki, sometimes when he's here, I can pick him up. Loaf, I can't. So I thought that this is the best way to show. So Mahrukh, how has the experience been of running your business during the lockdown? Like the initial apprehension, and then all the difficulties, and what
The
was your
only lockdown
mindset?
first, my only apprehensive, I was little worried about the, like, if I keep a menu, whether I will get it or not.
Yes, yes.
That was my main thing.
The
Yeah,
ingredients.
so I made it safe by putting some chicken, or by putting mutton. So mutton, so we will get it in the market. Chicken also, I was sure, but I was not sure about the fish part, and I didn't want it to go to the docks. Normally, I go to the docks to buy the fish. I go to Sasun Dock or I go to the Paucha
Wow.
Dock. Yeah,
Wow.
at 5 o'clock I am very much there, and I get all my things from there. I buy myself, so I go there. So I was very apprehensive, okay, whether I should go or not, and because of this COVID thing, I didn't want it also to go in the public place. So I had kept this menu regarding the just subtracting the fish. I kept the chicken and the mutton menu, and definitely I played up with my desserts. I put, and again I wanted to keep all my save and ravo and all that thing. So that also I kept, and the response was very good. But let me tell you, Kalyan, whenever we put dhansak, the response is double.
It's like butter chicken. Hansak is like the butter
Yeah.
chicken of the Parsis. I mean, but I
So
really appreciate the effort that you've taken to bring dishes which you knew would be hard to sell. But
yes, no,
so
I
you're telling me
wanted
that
to.
you're focusing a
Um,
lot on that now, right?
yes,
Seasonal food. So can
yes.
you give us an example of what you're doing? What you're trying to
Now,
do now?
this Sunday, I'm doing this papdi thing. That is a that is the broad beans, which are very much into market. We get variety of this broad beans, whether they are thin ones, sometimes they are like little French beans type. Also, the green beans which we get, they are called levta papdi. If you go to, in our language, it is called levta papdi.
Lift up.
uh, then we get the purple type of beans, purple beans. So we add purple
Wow.
beans, yeah, purple type of, they have a purple tinge. We
Yeah,
cook
yeah, yeah.
prawns with
Yeah.
it. We put lot of potatoes, baby potatoes, and prawns into it, and we cook it, and it is so delicious. But now on Sunday, I have kept, especially because people want something to with mutton dish. So I have kept papri magos. That is a broad beans cooked in with mutton. And the beauty of it is, as I told you previously, it is cooked with ajwain leaves, and we put loads of fresh garlic, green garlic into it. The green garlic will come into it, and sweet potato. Again, it is in the season. Again, the ratalu is in season. The
The
purple
sweet
yam,
potato. Yeah.
yeah, the sweet potato. So we cook it with the sweet potato, and we make this vegetable. So this Sunday I have kept that. Before that I kept, I think I had
Green peas. Green peas
yes,
and mutton.
yes. You're
See, I
right.
see all your menus.
So before that I had kept green peas, and it was such a, everybody appreciated. They thought the green peas was just cooked with little bit of in the masala, but that
Yeah,
masala was completely different. That's what makes it what to say uh,
the dish.
different from the again other things.
And was there coconut in it?
No, no, there is no
Because
coconut.
the Maharashtrians make a coconut and green pea
Yeah.
sort of
No,
usal, right? So this is different.
this masala is only made from all greens, green onions, green coriander, green garlic, everything, all and the green chilies. The masala is made from that. The mutton is marinated in this masala, and then the green peas are put. And the sweetness just comes from one or two carrots, which we put the pink carrot into it.
Oh,
So
wow.
this, that makes the dish very subtle and it is not spicy also. The spice level will just come from those masalas. That's all.
Have you tried making vegetarian versions of this for vegetarians without putting the
Yeah, of
mutton fish?
course,
Because there's such
uh,
rich vegetarian dishes also, right? I mean, in
I've
these
got
dishes.
lot of travelers. I have got lot of travelers from America who are vegan.
Hmm.
So I had that lots and lots of things, and vegan means you just put this. You Bengalis also make those brinjal, the
Yeah, yeah,
brinjal sandwich, bangan bhaja.
yeah, yeah. Begun bhaja, yes.
Yeah. So I make those. I make stuffed capsicum. Then we make the stuffed aubergines, small brinjals, aubergines. We put that patrani machi chutney into it,
Yes.
and we make it that way.
Wow.
Yeah, it is very nice and there are variety of vegetarian things also in Parsi cuisine. But people, as I tell you, they just know us by Dansha.
Ah, there he is.
Thinking,
He heard vegetarian and started running. There he is drinking water.
yeah, I got
Your
it.
baby loaf is your little grandson. I remember you used to give us so much advice on
Yeah,
baby loaf. So,
yeah.
when you were telling me about this brinjal with a patrani machi chutney, sort of
Chutney.
green chutney, is this like an innovation of yours, so to speak, or is it a traditional dish?
I think this is how we have done our vegetarian thing always.
Hmm.
Maybe even the long peppers which we get in the market, the seasonal thing.
Yeah.
We put that same coconut chutney into it. We steam it and then we fry it. They're so delicious. Very nice.
So now, tell me that you've been doing this regular menus now
Yes.
for what, 6 months or?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes, definitely. It's more than 6 months, na?
So, how do you feel about it? Which part of this excited you the most of this journey? What did you enjoy the most?
The most enjoyment is setting up a menu. Even when by
Planning.
now this Sunday the menu is fixed, my mind is always running for what seasonal thing I put. That is my thing. And cooking, definitely cooking. Cooking part excites
Hmm.
me.
And if I was to ask you, why are you doing this? Without thinking much, what would be the answer? Why are you doing this?
I love it.
Best reason to do something, isn't it?
I
Best
love it.
best reason to do something.
I love it. In fact, in my went right now, as I went to my hometown, my father was telling me, okay, you should work so hard. He said, why don't you go on putting the menus every like even in the week time. Daddy, I get very tired. I'm feeling very tired. So no, you should when it is a passion, you should work so hard to it. He, he was like so much encouraging about it.
How
Yeah,
lovely. How
yeah, yeah.
lovely. But
And let me tell you, even if I am tired also, but as I tell you, I love to cook. So
no,
cooking great, but
and
definitely
what
it is tiring also.
I feel as a outsider is that actually you're working all the time. So cooking is one part of it, but when you're thinking, when you're planning what to put
Of
together,
course, for
or
marketing,
marketing, packaging, how to make sure that a patrani machi reaches properly, or a papeta paridu doesn't get smashed, or what sort of packaging to do.
people are giving us more stress.
Sorry,
Delivery, delivery
delivery.
person,
Yes,
delivery
yes.
services are giving us so much stress.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think the creative people,
They
and
will
cooking
just
is very creative, needs to sometimes take some break also. it will show in the quality of the food. So what next, Mahrukh? What are your plans for the future?
For the future, I don't, I have
You know the
plenty.
plans for this Sunday. You know the
Only
plan
this
for this
Sunday,
Sunday.
and the next Sunday I have
Next,
planned. That's
what
all.
is the plan for next Sunday? Because that's what we'll get to
Next
know.
Sunday I'm going to keep a seasonal thing, which is a French beans. I'm thinking about keeping a French beans thing, and the bangan bhaja, which is in the market, the bangan, the long bangans
Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah.
I want to do something about it. Even we cook mutton with it,
Yes.
but then I don't know whether people will like it or not. But let me see. It has just had to click with me and in my mind, and I will definitely.
How lovely. Mark, I want to ask you one question before ending. That there are so many people out there, young, old, middle-aged, who like our lives have been completely turned around because of the pandemic. Many things have stopped, many things have gone back.
Right.
This thing. So, what are basis your learning? What is your words of advice to all of us out there? Like, what is the attitude which one should have at a time like this? Words of encouragement.
Okay. It is quite sad and I feel we are so blessed. Whenever I see all this, I feel okay. Yeah, we are so blessed. We are not only right from the way of living, like we are having a roof on our head with and all the and way of encouraging is I don't know if can tell you work, but where they will work also because they have been out from their services. They have been kicked out from their services. I have seen many people who are even just see our laundryman who comes. He is
Yeah.
out of work right now. He's out of work. What he was earning, he's not earning that much.
Mm.
And Kalyan, the way how much also we can help. I
Mm.
there are some ways we can definitely help, but how much? How
So,
we are going to run their homes. They are also having 3 children. Their education is there. At the most we can do is just give them 500 or 1000 what is their due for their month, but I don't think that will suffice for them to live their whole month.
what is your? No, that's a very good point which you made, and eventually, like it's really up to people that how they can change their lives. But say to all the young people out there who are sort of wondering how to move ahead, what is the attitude which I think has worked for you? Maybe you can share
I do
something from that.
see
What
when you are telling about the young people, I am having a young son who is at
what do you
home
tell him?
right now
Mm.
because he's also lack of work. He's into what you say theaters and music and everything. And there is quite a dull period right now in those areas also. So so I tell them whatever the time you have got, exercise, meditate, and take out a good time. You write your songs, you whatever creatively you can spend time that way creatively, not only on the phones and everything. Spend time creatively, go for long runs. That's all he's doing right now. And he's helping me also. He's helping me with the deliveries. He's helping me with all the logistics, which I am unable to do. He orders
Nice.
all the what to say delivery products and this and that. He's doing it, and he's helping me. And
How lovely.
let us see if this period also will get over soon, and
No,
everybody will be
yes, no, I think that what you said is very, very significant. That these are like really tough times, and there are situations which are not under control, like businesses stopping or customers going away, and all of that. But I think that what you said is very important. That to keep maybe creatively challenging
yes,
oneself, meditating, physical exercise, learning new things,
yes,
seeing how you can help people. Like in your case, your son sort of helping you in your
yes.
business or this that, and through that, I guess keeping the mind active during this
My
period.
daughter she started doing what to
Sorry, who's
say,
this? Yeah.
taking my daughter
Yes, yes, yes.
who helped me with this. She
Set it
started
up.
doing musical classes, taking the raga classes. So
Wow.
this is somehow creatively I feel everybody should do something challenging, something creative, which will take away whatever is depressing.
Yes.
Definitely the beard is depressing, but try to be away from it.
Yes, I think those are very, very wise
Yeah.
words, Mahrukh. Thank you so much that
Yeah.
you keep yourself creatively engaged and
Engage.
challenge yourself during this period, so that even this period can be one of growth. And then,
Yeah.
of course, there are people like you who are making lovely food, which brings in a lot of happiness to our lives. And thank you very much. Thank you for
Thank
joining
you.
us. All the very best, and stay safe. And
Yeah.
hope to meet you in person someday soon. We'll do that. Till then, we'll keep meeting through your food.
Yeah. Sure.
Thank
Thank you so much. Yeah.
and
Thank you.
folks, if you want to, especially for people in Mumbai or from people anywhere around the world, if you want to order for people in Mumbai, go to her Instagram page, Mahrukh's Kitchen, and you'll get to see the regular menus. You can even message her, and then she can even put you on the WhatsApp group if you want to
Yes.
know, because there's so many interesting menus. Sometimes I might not order because there are other things happening, but even reading about those dishes are so enjoyable. So thank you, Mahrukh. You're a big
Thank
inspiration to
you.
all of us. So
Thank you.
it was lovely talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so
Keep
much.
keep smiling. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.